In this tutorial, we're going to combine the creative hands-on approach of hardware synthesis with Ableton Live's flexible sampling capabilities. So here's a basic 120 BPM beat and bass groove. And we've used a monophonic hardware synth to create this arpeggiated lead line, which will form the melodic basis of our track. We've used Live's external instrument to trigger the synth, and then we've sampled 4 bars of this riff by freezing and flattening it. Next, we'll drag the newly created audio clip into the bottom window of a new MIDI track to load it into an instance of Simpler. As our track's in the key of G, we'll create a new MIDI clip and draw in a G2 note to trigger the audio riff, being sure to raise Simpler's transpose amount to +5, so the loop plays back at its original pitch. And we'll send the riff to the default return A in this project for a touch of performance reverb. Now we'll use Simpler's pitching and warping features to creatively alter the texture of our riff. Note that Simpler's warp button is engaged, meaning that our rhythmic loop's timing will stay locked to the track's tempo when played back at different pitches across the keyboard. We'll duplicate this MIDI note to G1 and to G3. Adding unison thickness across 3 octaves. This thickened signal's bloated bass is clogging up the mix, so we'll cut away sub and low mid frequencies with an EQ. Next, switch through Simpler's various warp modes via the drop-down menu to hear how each algorithm can wildly alter the riff's timbre. Textures mode is particularly useful for creating weirder effects. As you can see here, we're rhythmically sweeping the grain size to generate odd pulsating glitches within the riff. This grain size parameter can't be automated, so we'll route this channel's signal into a new audio track, hit record, and print our grain size sweeps onto the new channel as audio. Let's take this resampled riff into even weirder sonic territories by altering the pitch and timing further. First, we'll push up the audio clip's transpose amount to +12. And then we'll change the warp mode to Complex Pro, giving the loop even more of a fuzzy, grainy texture. A large helping of chorus and sidechain pumping then turn the signal into a wide, grooving, glitchy riff, which can be layered over the original source signal for thickness and character. To finish, let's resample our riff again, this time to create a sweeping pad effect. We'll drag the original file we created earlier into a new instance of Live Sampler by engaging the sustain loop mode's loop back and forth option, then setting up the loop range over a small initial section of the loop. We create an odd repeating pattern that plays forwards and backwards. Giant delay repeats, autopan, sidechaining and filtering transform this into a tonal, cavernous sweep.